talking about is 3 ways to set yourself apart as a new real estate agent. This is for people that either want to go into real estate, are flirting with the idea of going into real estate, or are already in real estate but are really just kind of like, what am I doing here? Which is kind of what happens. So let's give some clarity and some next steps for those of you. Sound good? If you have a friend that you know needs to see this, feel free to go ahead and share it with them. That is what we be doing here. So first things first, you guys can win things. I always like to tell you that. The way that you can do that, you subscribe to my channel, comment my YouTube channel, comment on my YouTube videos, share my YouTube videos into social media, tagging myself or my business page in it. One person every single week is going to win something that does those things. Let me go ahead and get out of here. All right. So let's just get into it super quick here. I never like to make my videos super long. What I want to do is give you exactly what you need, and then you have plenty of time to go ahead and use it and do the things, okay? So, number 1 of 3 ways to set yourself apart as a real estate agent. First of all, let me just really quick get into why I'm talking about this stuff. Whenever I first started real estate, it was back in, I'm not going to say when, I was in my mid-20s, okay? So 24, 25, something like that. And whenever I started real estate, I didn't know what the heck I was doing at all, okay? I thought it looked glamorous. I thought it looked like something that I would be good at. I really like houses. Also, I was really nosy and wanted to see what people's houses look like, right? And I was mid-20s, I mentioned that, right? And anyway, so far as the business side is concerned, I really had no idea what to do. All I knew was I had these certain hours I was to sit in the office, and when people called in, then those could be my people if I talked to them right. And even the mid-20s me was like, I feel like there could be more. I feel like I could be driving people to me. I feel like I could, and besides doing, pictures on the sides of buses and a glamour shots photo of me on a park bench and that sort of thing. That's kind of what I had seen at that point. And now, obviously, we built a multi-million-dollar personal brand and all of this. And really, you guys, at the end of the day, real estate is a personal brand game. And so what I'm doing is I'm merging with what I already know. I'm relicensing, because I kicked my license aside way back then whenever it went to finalize or expire. I just let it go. I let it lapse because it wasn't serving me. I wasn't doing anything with it. It didn't, I couldn't get traction where I was, right? And so what I'm doing now is I'm going to show you guys how to be able to leverage personal brand into your real estate business, or if you're running a personal brand, how you maybe really should be thinking about real estate being an extension of that, because why the heck not? And so anyway, let me go ahead and go into those things. I'm giving my 24, 25-year-old self some instructions, and the rest of you get to just get some value from it. How's that sound? So, number 1, choose your focus. So, are you going to focus on buying? Are you going to focus on selling? Which side do you want to work? And there are, you can work technically both sides. It's not a problem. But which side do you want to focus on? Which side do you really, really want to do? Like, do you love, taking people to houses and explaining the houses to them and seeing how it would fit in their life? And you really love the relationship side of it, right? You really love that. You really love being able to just take them around and then, Goldilocks style, find that right place for them. Or do you love the other side? Do you love the listing side of it? Do you love the marketing, the promo, the getting the house out there and getting it sold side of it, right? Because there are 2 sides. And if you're focused on both of them, you're not going to become amazing at one of them. And so you need to pick which side you're going to focus on. So for me, I'm going to focus on listings, right? Because, recruiting and listings. But listings because I'm a marketing promo person. And so that's obviously what I love. And so that's what I'm going to do. So I can very easily go talk to somebody about their house and be like, here are the gold nuggets. You got this, you got this, you got this, you got this. Let's look at the market. Okay, we got this, 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 and this. Here's how we should price to be able to sell. Is that okay? Have a negotiation about it, right? And so which side do you want to work? That's your first decision. Until you have that down, please don't move any further. It needs to be your first thing, okay? Now, even after that, you guys, what I want you to do is I want you to think of, you want to drill down even further into buying or selling. And I want you to focus down even further into, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And what I mean by that is, who are you doing business with? What are you specializing in? Okay? So are you going to specialize in commercial? Are you going to specialize in investment properties? Are you going to specialize in first-time home buyers? Are you going to what are you wanting to specialize in? What really just like, whenever you think about it, you're like, oh, that would be so awesome. Right before that second feeling of, but I can't do that. Don't worry about that second feeling. That'll go away. We work with that, okay? Don't worry about the second feeling. That doesn't mean anything. There's no truth there, okay? What I want you to think about is buying or selling, and then drill down 5 years from now, when your business is exactly the way you want it to be and it is just perfect and you love what you do every single day, what's your focus? Who are you working with? Okay? What are the specifics that you have just gotten so dang good at that nobody else can touch you? All right? That you need to think in that space. It keeps you moving forward and it keeps you focused on where you want to go. So important. It'll keep you from just sort of treading water. Treading water keeps you alive, but you go nowhere. Okay? We don't want that. We want straight out Olympic swimming. Olympic? It's a new word today. Olympic swimming is what we're looking for. Number 2, you guys. So that was all number 1. Number 2, what you need to do is you need to create a guide. That's right, I said a guide, or a very short training for the clients that you're going to serve. So are you doing the listing side or are you doing the buying side? Right there, okay? And then even thinking of where you're going to be focusing in on, you need to be able to create something for those individuals that it addresses their biggest fear, but then also their biggest hope. All right? So what is their biggest fear in this transaction? What is their biggest hope in this transaction? I'm so scared that this is going to happen. Boom, what is it? I would love nothing more than for this to happen. Boom, what is it? These are 2 vital things that we need to understand about people in order to be able to give them precisely what they want. And you guys, here's what happens. When you give people precisely what they want, they understand you to be an authority in what they're researching and what they're trying to figure out. That is the truth, okay, guys? Because you should be an authority, because you are handling their fears and their hopes and their dreams, okay? And so for you to even be able to give them information around that makes you an authority. So don't allow this whole imposter syndrome that happens to everybody. Don't allow this whole imposter syndrome to get you going down a rabbit hole that is kind of turns into a toilet bowl. Okay? Rabbit hole, toilet bowl. Don't let it happen. Okay? What you do is you think of their fears, their hopes, their dreams, address them in a short training, short video, or just a guide, whatever you want to create, you guys. You create something like that for them, and then you make it available on your website. You put it on your social media, your profiles, your social media profiles. It goes everywhere. It goes in your email signature. It goes everywhere, okay? A lot of times people are like, oh, but I shared it already. Okay, 2 people saw that. You need to share it all of the places. This is like your thing. It needs to follow you everywhere, okay? This guide for your people. It's like putting a bat signal out into the world saying, hey, I help you. Also, I'm really good at it. Look at this. I gave you this thing that addresses precisely what you need right now. And they'll be like, oh my gosh, you are my person. And you'll be like, yes, as a matter of fact, I am. And then you move on with your relationship, your professional relationship with them. Number 3, you guys, again, I said that I was going to keep this short, and I feel like I'm getting long-winded, but I don't think I'm totally long-winded yet. 10 minutes, all right. Number 3, you guys, make sure that your website speaks directly to your people. So again, buyers, sellers. Here's where a lot of new people are going to freak out because they're going to say, well, if I only talk to sellers, then the buyers won't know that I'm here for them, right? That's not true. Talking to sellers means you know your stuff. Buyers are still going to come to you. They're still going to come to you, but a majority of the people that you work with are going to be sellers because you do have to choose one. Who do you want to spend more time with? Also, if you're wanting to work with sellers and people listing their homes, do you really want all of the buyers coming to you, which are then going to take up your time to take them to a bunch of homes? Do you see what I'm saying? People are so, scarcity minded that they're like, oh my gosh, well, I want the buyers to be able to come in. I don't know, do you? If you really want to work with listing homes and you want to do that really well, do you really want to split it? Do you really want to cut your time? I don't know. I don't feel like it's a great idea. So I wouldn't want a ton of people that are buying homes. I wouldn't want, for me as a listing agent, I wouldn't want a bunch of buyers to come to me. I would want my people that want me to list their home to come to me. That's how my time is best used, right? Super important, guys. And so my website is going to speak, and it doesn't yet. My real estate website is not live yet. I am in process of getting my license again right now, literally just waiting on the licensing group, the Florida Licensing Association or whatever it is, to give me my app number. Literally waiting on that right now. But anyway, make sure your website speaks directly to your people. Everything should encompass your knowledge of the market for them, your heart for why you do this and why you love working with them and you are going to crush it for them, and also the systems that you use to make sure that their lives are easier and more profitable. You hit those things and you have knocked it out of the park, you guys. Period. Okay? If you need help with those things, feel free to reach out to me on my Facebook business page. It's Livin the Dream with Martha. Just shoot me a message. And we've got people that build this stuff for you if you want help building this stuff out and you don't have time to do it. We're super, super reasonable. It's not expensive by any means. This stuff doesn't need to be expensive. You know what I'm saying? So there is that. Again, my Facebook business page, Livin the Dream with Martha. Shoot me a message. We will talk, okay? Let me see what you guys are talking about. Andrea, great tips. Melissa, truth. Treading water is so common in real estate. I've been licensed since 2016 and I find myself doing the squirrel thing often. You guys, you know the stat, don't you? 99% of real estate agents are not at the top. 1% makes up, I don't know what the number is right now. I'm going to find out the data for you. But basically 1% of real estate agents hold the lion's share of all wealth. I'm about to change that. Okay, I just partnered with somebody substantial and I am about to change that. We are going to wreck this in the best way. So my big thing is I disrupt industries. Real estate's next. Love you guys.